What is Pro Writing Aid and how can it help you become a better writer? And should you use Pro Writing Aid to check your writing? Hi there, my name is Brian Collins and I'm an author from Ireland. I've tried and tested grammar checkers like Pro Writing Aid extensively, and in this video review I want to show you how Pro Writing Aid can help you improve your writing and explain if you should use it as part of your writing workflow. At the end of the video, I've also got details on an exclusive discount which you can use if you decide to use Pro Writing Aid today. Pro Writing Aid is a premium grammar checker that's used by almost 1 million writers around the world. You can use it to check your articles, to check your book, and even your fiction for grammar errors and mistakes, and also to improve your writing in a way that you can't do with the inbuilt grammar checkers in Word, Google Docs, and other popular writing applications. The good news is Pro Writing Aid works great via add-ins and plugins for Outlook, for Word, even for Scrivener, which I'll talk about more in this review. Alternatively, you can upload your writing into Pro Writing Aid and check it online, or you can use the desktop app to check your writing on the go. You may be wondering, how much does Pro Writing cost? Well, I'm a writer based in Ireland, and at the time of recording this review, it cost just €60 for 1 year and €90 for 2 years. That means it's more affordable than many of the premium grammar checkers available today, for which you often have to pay a monthly subscription. Pro Writing Aid also has a plagiarism checker, which is particularly useful if you're writing academic essays and you're concerned you haven't quite got your research right, or if you want to check your own writing to see if it's been plagiarized elsewhere. And you can check 10 pieces of your writing for €10, or you can check 100 pieces of your writing for €40. I've uploaded an article that I recently wrote into Pro Writing Aid, and it'll scan it for grammar errors and other issues. When it finds a critical or grammar error, it'll underline it in red for me to fix. So I'll click on this particular error and change it from began X, which was a typo, to just began. You can see Pro Writing Aid also underlines instances of weak writing, such as when I use the passive voice or clumsy words in yellow. There's one here, but because it's a quote, I'm going to make the decision to leave it as it is because I'm quoting what somebody said. And that's a key lesson with any of these tools, that you need to make a decision whether to act or to ignore the change in question. But let's see if I can find another instance where Pro Writing Aid has found something that I should fix. So here's one here. I've said after you've identified a possible mentor. So Pro Writing Aid is suggesting that there's no need to use that word, so I'm going to accept that suggestion and remove it. The other reason why I like Pro Writing Aid is it's got some powerful reports, which you can see here along the top. So for example, if I want to check a large manuscript for words that I've overused, I'll click on the overused button. And you can see here, I will see all the different words that I've overused in this article. And this will give me some pointers for self-editing my work. And this becomes exceptionally powerful if you're checking longer pieces of writing. I also like Pro Writing's summary tool, which will just take a minute to scan your document, but once it's complete you can see what your score is, you can see any spelling mistakes, your style, and so on. And you can also get some great statistics about your word count, your sentence structure, and paragraphs. And this is particularly useful if you want to learn more about the art of self-editing. Another Pro Writing Aid report that I like is sticky sentences. So what are sticky sentences? Well, basically, there are turns of phrase that slow your reader down. So if I run this report on my piece of writing, it's identified 9 sticky sentences. So let's go to this one here. A new weightlifter's hardest lift is often getting up off the couch to go to the gym. So Pro Writing Aid is suggesting that I try and edit this down by reducing some of these words. And that's something I may want to do if I'm editing my manuscript. There are a number of other reports that you can run on your writing. Readability is definitely one that I recommend you check out if you're writing a blog post for the web. And it will identify words that are difficult to understand for readers and words which are easy. Because remember, if you're writing for an audience who's got a short attention span, you almost must make it as clear as possible. You can open up our Scrivener project directly in Pro Writing Aid, scan it for grammar errors, fix them, and save those changes back into Scrivener. Let me show you exactly how that works. So here is a Scrivener project for a new book that I'm in the process of finalizing. And you can see here I have my chapters along the left hand side. Now normally I'd take chapters from this Scrivener project and paste them into a grammar checker to find and fix errors. However, I'm going to open up this Scrivener project with Pro Writing Aid so you can see how you can save time.
So here's my Scrivener project that I had open a moment ago, and you can see here it has each of the sections and files and folders. ProWriting Aid will scan this in real time for errors. So it's highlighted an example of weak writing in yellow. I said I was able to keep up, but ProWriting is suggesting I should say could keep up, so I'll accept this change. You can see here ProWriting Aid has made the change directly. Normally, if I was writing a book in Scrivener, I would copy chapters from that book and paste them into another grammar checker to find and fix errors. However, with ProWriting Aid, I can fix these errors directly within my Scrivener project. And this strikes me as a real time saver for fiction writers who I know use Scrivener to write their books, novels, and novellas and so on. And I've yet to use another grammar checker which works so well with Scrivener.
Now, you may be wondering, how does ProWriting Aid compare with other grammar checkers? And some of the grammar checkers that are comparable to ProWriting Aid include Grammarly, Ginger, and White Smoke, and I've used all of these premium grammar checkers. The key difference is ProWriting Aid is perfect for fiction writers. Why? Well, it enables you to work directly with large projects like a book or like your Scrivener project. What's more, because of the extensive reports within ProWriting Aid, you can use it to really refine your writing for a piece of fiction, for a novel, for a novella, and so on. The other big difference between ProWriting Aid and these other grammar checkers is it's cheaper and more affordable. In other words, you don't pay a monthly subscription or a monthly fee. You simply buy ProWriting Aid for the year. Should you use ProWriting Aid, or is it right for you? Well, ask yourself these questions. Do I write fiction? If so, then you may enjoy ProWriting Aid's extensive reports, such as its ability to find cliches and so on, because this will help you improve your sentences and your stories. Secondly, do you like using Scrivener? If so, then ProWriting Aid could save you a lot of time. And thirdly, do you work with large and complicated writing projects? Then you may enjoy ProWriting Aid because it doesn't have a character or word count limit for checking documents. Now, I still use other grammar checkers like Grammarly to check articles and pieces of my writing on the go, but I'm also using ProWriting Aid as another tool in my writing toolbox when I want to work directly with my Scrivener projects. So if you've got questions about how to use ProWriting Aid for your writing workflow, ask me in the comment section below the video. Or alternatively, you can click on a link and read a more detailed review. And finally, if you want to get a discount that will save you money on using ProWriting Aid today, look for the link below this video.